Good one, everybody. I'm Aurea Eden. Today is April the 11th, 2024. The energy of today is about mentorship and advising. It is about service and making the best out of the unique opportunities that you have. Because with uniqueness comes unique opportunities. And so it's interesting that this word has come up today about uniqueness because last night and even this morning, God woke me up with a song. And the song basically, and he's been singing to me all night, but the song basically was saying, there's only one of you because I made you unique for me. So don't be dismayed when people do not understand you. They're not going to understand you because I made you just for me. So they don't have a record of knowledge, a knowledge book to understand you. Only I have that. Only I have access to that. And then it goes from last night to where he was talking to me last night. And I had this aha moment. And I'm not going to lie. I was feeling discouraged. And the reason why I was feeling discouraged is because I was like, God, I'm 41 years old. And half of those years, I've been concerned about everybody else but myself. I've been given to everybody else but myself, in a sense. And I was like, I was broken to my core, being broken to my core, and I was still giving. And when I expect, and you know how I feel about expecting, right? But sometimes we forget. But when you expect, you set yourself up for disappointment. So let me tell you what I was expecting. I was expecting those that I have fed for the last 6 to 20 years would feed me. Those that I have supported will support me. But that's not how that thing works, right? And so God gave me a word, and he was like, basically saying, do you know why you have been broken? Do you know why you have been broken? Some people may look at you and think that your brokenness is punishment. They may think that I'm not with you. They may think that I'm not on your side, but I am indeed with you. I am indeed on your side. I'm breaking you because I'm doing a work in you. You are my work of art. You are my muse. So the reason why you have been broken into dust is because the broken cannot be broken. See, I wanted to break you to the point to where I make you stronger. I make you better in your brokenness. That's why you've been broken. That's why you've been broken into dust, because the broken cannot be broken any more than they can be broken. So you become strong in your brokenness. So that's why I broke you down so much. But watch what I do with these broken pieces of you. Hallelujah. Watch what I do with these broken pieces of you. Right now, people just see your brokenness and they take advantage of your brokenness. But when they see how I make you shine with these broken pieces, when they see how I was creating a wholeness in you from these broken pieces, when they see that I have made you a decoupage, when they see that I have made you mosaic, when they see that I have made you something that's going to be lasting from that brokenness, you have been broken for a purpose, for a reason. Your pieces have purpose. That's why you was broken down to those bits and pieces, because you're my muse. I'm building with you. That's why you're unique. That's why people don't understand you, because there's not going to be but one of you. See, when you're all finished, I'm going to hold you up and I'm going to lift you up, and people going to see how bright you shine, and they're going to want to get you and buy you off the shelf. But no, no, no. I'm going to put you in a case where you're going to be untouchable, because you are my masterpiece. And I don't put my valuable things to where other people can reach and other people can touch. Do you hear me? God doesn't put what he values to where other people can reach and where other people can touch. That's why you couldn't be around all those other people. That's why I separated you. That's why you had to leave home when you were younger. That's why you feel isolated and alone. It's not because you are isolated and alone. It's because I'm making a work. I'm making a work. You are my masterpiece. I'm working on you right now. So your uniqueness is an opportunity to be unique. Did not tell you that I'm here for the peculiar. You are my peculiar. So you can't walk like everybody else. You can't talk like everybody else. You can't be like everybody else. Be yourself, because that's who I made you to be. And if don't nobody else like it, that's not a you problem. That's a they problem. That's a them problem. Be yourself, because you are for me. And there's only one of you. Do you hear me? There's only one of you. And I've given you talent that nobody else has. Can't nobody else sing like you. Can't nobody else prick a soul like you can prick a soul. Can't nobody else motivate and inspire like you. Do you hear me? Can't nobody else dance the way that you dance. Can't nobody else cook and make food taste so good like you can cook and make food taste so good. Can't nobody else love the way that you love. Can't nobody else be patient the way that you're patient. Can't nobody endure like you endured. Can't nobody long suffer like you long suffer. Can't nobody journey hard like you journeyed hard. Can't nobody run through and leap over like you ran through and leap over. Can't nobody leave it all behind as quick as you can leave it all behind. Baby, I made you to be one of a kind. I made you to be one of a kind. Your pieces have purpose. Your pieces have purpose. So don't get distracted. That's a word of the day. Don't get distracted. Make the choice and choose to follow me. Make the choice and choose to listen to me. Make the choice and choose to love like I love. Make the choice and teach what I tell you to teach. Make that choice. And don't worry about the denial. Don't worry about the denial, because where they deny you, they deny me. Where they give you to you, they give to me. Didn't I tell you that? Didn't I tell you that? That even if they give you give a cup of cold water to the least of mine, basically they give a cold cup of water to me. But those that deny you, those that shun you, baby, dust your feet and keep on going, because they're denying me and they don't even know it. And someone asked me a question last night, and I'm about to ask you the same question. Do you know who you are? And they said, I don't think you know who you are, but I do know who I am. But knowing who you are and believing who you are two different things. Baby, you better believe that thing. You better believe that thing. And from here on out, from this day on out, If you're going to rock with me, you're going to rock with me. If you're not, you're not. But guess what? I'm fit to go. I'm fit to go. And when I tell you I'm fit to go, you're not going to like the things that are going to come out of my mouth. But I know that I got the backing of the Father. You're not going to like the things that I do because, baby, I got the backing of the Father. You might not like it, but I got the backing of the Father. So high to some and bye to others. You might not like it, but I got the backing of the Father. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. So high to some, bye to others. I'm okay with that because I'm making the choice not to be distracted, and I don't care about the denial. And so he's saying, solve your problems, and it's time for an upgrade. It's time for an upgrade. He told me last night, he said, when you move, John Legend, I move. That song comes on all the time, and songs minister to you. And that's what he was doing for me last night. He was ministering to me, and he was saying, when you move, I move. And man, this stuff was so spot on. It was so spot on what he was giving me. It was so spot on. A song came on, and it talked about home. And he made it known, like, this is me talking to you. I got you, boo. In so many words, I got you. It's time for the upgrade. I need you to move like you love me. This is what he said. I need you to move like you love me. Man. And so, don't complain about your problems. Solve them. And solve them. Solve them. And put your talent to use. That talent that you've been hoarding within yourself. That talent that you don't want to share with others because you're afraid of what other people are going to think about the talent that I give you. Don't you know that this is not the first time for you? Don't you know that you have always been you? Don't you know that this is not your first lifetime? This is not your first rodeo. You have been on this journey over and over again, and you have prospered and you have overcame each time with me. You're not just anybody, baby. Remember when I was saying yesterday that you had to wait for her before you have your child, to have her child? Because you're not giving birth to just any child. It's the same for who it is that you're here for. You're not here for the mundane. You're not here for those that are trapped in their ego selves. You can minister to them. You can serve them and make them want to do better, but you are here for that 144,000. So you better remember that. You better remember that. Remember what you are here for. And you're not here for everybody. That's why everybody that you thought would ever support you will never support you. And I said, you know what? I had that aha moment. I said, God, I've been here before. Because there was a time, and that's why I understood Leandria Johnson. See, when Leandra had her spew and she was saying the stuff that she said, I looked at her and I said, ooh, I know where you at. I see it. You expected somebody to, and they didn't. That was disappointing. That was disappointment that was coming from her lips. And I knew it because I was just there a few years ago. because I had said something along the lines of Shaniqua was dead, and people didn't understand where I was coming from, and they started doing all kinds of backbiting. The people started talking about me like a dog, but they didn't understand that I was doing exactly what God told me to do. He told me to leave my mother. He told me to leave my father. He told me to leave my sister. He told me to leave my brother. He told me that if I loved anybody else more than I loved him, then I wasn't worthy of him. Do you hear what I'm saying? This ain't play for me. I love him enough. Baby, I am going to run through and leap over. I am not one to play when it comes down to my father. When I tell you I'm serious about this thing, I'm serious about this thing. It might not seem like it when I start speaking. It might not seem like it because I don't always make it known. It might not seem like it because you don't always make it known, but your actions do. What you left behind does. You better put it to use. You better put it to use. That's what he said. Put it to use. Learn what you need to learn and do. See, that's what you do. You do that already. Learn what you need to learn and do. So you're in your learning season, and you're not quite yet to that stage where you become a master of your craft. But you're learning to become a master of your craft. And not only are you learning to be a master of your craft, you're learning to become a master of your life. And once you become a master of your life, then you can teach others how to become a master of their life. That's what this is about. Live according to your purpose. Live according to your purpose. That's why I was telling you that God has purposed you to do only something that you're the only one that can do it. And who cares what anybody else says about it? You're the only one that can do it, because you don't get to your next stage until you break away from the mundane, until you get up out that box, until you stop caring about what everybody else think about you. That's why God told me, said, you're not ready because you still care about too much about what other people think about you. But once you stop caring about what they think about you, and you start believing what I tell you about you, then I'm going to prosper you. It's going to come. And it's not going to come from nobody else. It's going to come from me. So don't look for people to like. Don't look for people to share. Don't look for people to buy your stuff, because I'm going to make them do it when they don't even want to do it. I'm going to make them watch you and watch you shine. I'm going to make them watch you and make them want you. This is for you and me, because I chose you. And you're going to attract those that are seemingly bad but are good. You're going to attract those that are seemingly bad but good, but understand that they have been through so much. And now they're bitter. But understand that bitterness has a bite. Sometimes that bitterness has a nasty bite. Now understand this. I have to rebuke myself, because the other day I was in my feelings and I said, I don't want to deal with these people. I can't deal with these people. Because I didn't understand how to deal with difficult people. But he said, you know what? I've been teaching you this whole time. Yes, you can. So you know what? I can. I can. And I want to. Now, I do. Because it's about going back to the drawing board and remember what I started doing it for. I never started my journey for me. I have always started my journey for someone else. That's why I willingly sacrificed 20-something years of my life. And I become not for myself. I become for somebody else. So live according to your purpose. You need leadership and you need strength. So that's why you've been broken. Remember? That's why you've been broken. Because you need to be strengthened, and you're strengthened in your brokenness. 2 or more can do it better, but the one will feel it more. So right now, it might seem like you're alone, but remember, you're not alone. You have a guide within you. You have angels all around you. You can look out in nature and the animals. You'll start seeing the same animals and over again. Even the animals, even nature teaches you. Yesterday, I found myself dancing with roses. And I said, because I was cutting some roses yesterday. I made this arrangement yesterday, and I was cutting some roses. And yesterday, I said that as I was cutting, I noticed that I was cutting some roses that didn't have time to bloom, and they were still babies. And I said, sometimes flowers are picked too soon, and they're not given the opportunity to bloom. And I started singing a song, and the rose bush started dancing with me. This is my baby. Sometimes flowers are picked too soon, and they don't have time to bloom. But that beauty of that rose, that beauty of that flower still lives within you. Appreciate the world around you. That was me dancing with that rose yesterday, with the rose bush yesterday, without even knowing it. Without even knowing it. Appreciate the world around you. That's what I was doing. So appreciate the world around you. Pay attention to nature. You know, I was vegetarian for some years, for almost 10 years. And I stopped being vegetarian because I wasn't supported in my vegetarianism. But you know what? I'm vegetarian again. I just made that decision right now. I'm vegetarian again. Because as one of my friends told me one time, she said, friends don't eat friends. Friends don't eat friends. And so I'm vegetarian again. From this day forward, I ain't eating no meat. Your reward will come from God. We talked about that because he promises you a prosperity and abundance, but you're not there yet because this life happens in phases, and you haven't gotten to that phase in life just yet where God can trust you with that, where you can do what it is that he's going to have you to do with that. It's on its way. If you're watching me right now, you're very close to it. You're very, very close to it. If you have been applying the lessons that I've been teaching over 6 years, not the ones I've been doing on this video, because I haven't really started teaching yet. I've been working on myself, so I haven't really started teaching yet. But if you've been applying the lessons that I've been teaching in my written works, then you are very close. You are very close, excuse me. Find joy in other people's success. I really do. I am so proud of you. I am so proud of the success that you have been made, of the progress the success that you've made, of the progress that you have been making. A lot of people think that I'm not genuine when I clap for them, but I am serious. I want you to make it. I really do. I want the best for everybody. Because I realize when the world is happy, I'm happy. Stay positive. And that's what we're going to do from here on out. We're going to stay positive. We're going to look at this thing different. We're going to look at this thing, this wilderness thing, because I'm going to teach you something about when you get in the wilderness, because that's where I'm at right now. And I told you, in the wilderness, you're battling ego. And so it is a part in the Bible, and I can't remember who said it. It might have been John, but he talks about, you see, I can't get the words verbatim, and I'm going to teach you this later, but he basically talks about how it seemed like he went backwards instead of forwards. And what he's really talking about is the wilderness. He was in the wilderness portion of his life, to where in his foolish days, he beat that thing down. He beat his ego down. But when you get in the wilderness portion of your life, it seems like egos start coming back up. It seems like the scab is pulled off, and all the stuff that you learned, you seemingly forget, but you didn't forget. You're being tested in this season. See, Now you're in a simulation, and it's interesting because simulation is one of the words, the abbreviations is one of the words for the day. But it's like you're in a simulation. It's like you're in a simulation. And so that's why. That's why. So before, well, before it was like you were in a simulation, but when you get out into the wilderness, oh, it's a real world situation. It's ready. You got to survive out there. And so, yeah. So make the best of it and put it to use. Share hope and focus on what you give instead of what you keep. It's about service. It's about service. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the affirmation. The affirmation is, I am here to serve and I will serve selflessly. Okay? I am here to serve and I will serve selflessly. Teach yourself how to be selfless. Practice understanding. Become a better version of who you already are. You have more than you think you have. Ain't that the truth? Now, the words of the day is denial, distracted, humored, choose, solve, and upgrade. Laugh about it because you don't understand it now, but it's all going to make sense later. And right now people are laughing at you because they don't understand you, or they think that you're less than them. But watch what God does with you. They're laughing right now because they see your broken pieces and they think you are a hot mess. But when they see the glory of God's hands on you, baby, you are a muse. You are a muse of God. One of a kind, unique. And so I talked about denial and distracted. Don't get distracted about what they say about you. Solve your problems, learn these lessons, solve these problems, and get ready for your upgrade and work on your upgrade. And you have to make the choice to do that. And today, today is about self-care, right? It's about, putting on your best self, taking care of yourself, do some gardening, go out, get your nails done or whatever. But today is the day of politicking. So I always suggest that you don't do any unnecessary driving. Focus on leadership, communication later on in the midday. Some people may want to argue and fight, but don't even feed into that. Don't get distracted by that. Laugh about it. Choose not to engage in all of that. Deny that energy, and don't feed into that, and focus on your business, because late at night you might just sit down and just be thinking, have a business mindset. So words associated with today, other words associated with today is sim, S-I-M, as in the games, The Sims or simulation, and D-I-S, dis or dis. Somebody might be trying to diss you, but that's okay. Know who you are. Or that could represent Disney, I guess, or in, and then bind. Oh, I bind every wicked demon, anybody that may come up against you or me. Oh, they're bind. And then it's sin. And sin is just, you just see in sin, in sin. So there might be a lot of, since it's advising and mentoring, there might be a lot of preaching today, a lot of people saying that you're in sin and people coming up against you, but you just stay focused. Or even if you're in sin, stay focused. Don't get distracted. Stay focused, and feed your mind. Feed your mind, but know that it's about you. It's about you. Get out that box. Don't let nobody put you back in it because it's a fib. F-I-B. Don't let them lie to you. Don't let them tell you that God said this when God really said that. Don't let them do that. Don't let him tell you that he didn't cheat on you and he know he did. Don't let her tell you that she didn't steal your money and she knows she did. Because they fibbing. So that's the energy for today. Somebody could just be straight up lying. And then there might be some extraterrestrial activity today because we see MIB, or there might be some kind of like what they call it, FBI, CNA, CIA type stuff going on, because I have MIB and then I have BID. So bid, somebody might be bidding on something in a bin and they say I got dibs on that. So it might be some betting, or you might be playing bingo, or you might be or putting something in a bin, or being dibs. I got dibs on that. Then I got diffs, DIFS, diffs, and I see that and I think about difference, like you're different. And right now there might be a difference. So today you might see a bit of divide, and then it says ifs, IEIFS. So if is in the if IF is in, then it's just if. So if you do this, then I will do this. Dims. Don't worry about dims. Don't you get dim. You keep your light shining. Don't worry about them. FID, FID, I don't know what that is. Fins, just keep flapping your wings. Just keep flapping your fins. Just keep swimming towards the goal. Solve your, and go to an upgrade on your journey. Go for the upgrade on your journey. Because you're almost there, because I got MID. So you're in the middle right now. You're not quite there, but you're in transition to it. Okay, NIB. When I see NIB, I'm thinking NIV, but it says NIB, so I don't know what the NIB is. Nib, NIM. Don't worry about NIM. I don't know what NIM is, but you know what all of them saying. Don't worry about them. And something about IDs. Maybe get your ID. Watch out. Keep an eye on your ID. Keep an eye on your ID. Watch out for them that's trying to maybe put a bid out on your ID, or have dibs on your ID. Somebody could be trying to steal identification today. SNIB and DIN. So make sure you eat dinner today. And MIS, miss. I'm just going to say don't miss dinner today. I don't know why, but den, or Lion's Den, but it's DIN, but Lion's Den, and miss, MIS. Don't miss your opportunity. It's missing an S, so I'm just going to say don't miss your S. Don't miss your opportunity. And so that completes the words of the day and my reading. And I'm going to my daily energy. So I'm going to go and say the affirmation again is, I am here to serve, and I will serve selflessly. So repeat after me. I am here to serve, and I will serve selflessly. Good bless one, everybody. I love you. Hearts go out.